This video pertains to something very important. Guess who's getting surgery? Hello everyone, my name is Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm actually trying to do sip and chat in this corner. Today we're gonna sip and chat about something that I've slightly hinted at, slightly talked about, but never actually told y'all the full story. I got 2 surgeries in 6 months. You can hardly see the scars. Bless my surgeon. You can see it when I do the Kamehameha. I've been diagnosed with carpal tunnel since I was 19. Carpal tunnel is essentially when there is a tunnel that our carpal nerve passes through right here. I have a more in-depth explanation as the video goes on. And I was dealing with it for about 6 years. 2 years ago, I went to my current doctor and he gave me steroid shots and he said, one of 2 things is gonna happen. You are either going to be fully okay after this steroid shot, or you are going to still need more shit after. And if you do need more shit after, surgery is your best bet. So we got the steroid shots and we had our fingers crossed, hoping, please don't let me need surgery this young. Spoiler alert, it's who got surgery. Go a whole year. Within that year, my hands are already hurting, okay? So in August of last year, I finally called my doctor up and was like, let me get an appointment real quick. Let's just see what's going on and see if I just need to get, I thought I was just gonna need another round of steroid shot. The doctor was literally like, nope. If it's hurting this bad, if your symptoms, my symptoms were to the point where I could not feel the center of my thumbs, okay? I would do this and could not feel the cold. Right now I finally can, but for, I wanna say like a good chunk of a year, I couldn't feel it. The doctor was finally like, no, we're gonna need to do surgery. So I found this out August of 2023. And I had to get all of these surgeries done by December of 2023 so that it would still fall under my dad's health insurance because I was about to be kicked off for my age. I recorded almost everything except for the second surgery, like the recovery of the second surgery, every mental breakdown, every moment, because a lot of shit was happening. It was a lot. It was tricky because I had to learn how to drive with just one hand, first with just my left, then with just my right. A lot of things happened, but the doctor did say I needed it because at that point it was starting to get permanent. Hello everyone, my name is Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. A lot of these videos are going to be overlapping because a lot of things are happening right now. This video pertains to something very important. Guess who's getting surgery? If you've followed me for a while on any social media, you probably know that I have carpal tunnel in both hands. And if you don't know what carpal tunnel is, it basically is the carpal nerve gets swollen and gets inflamed and shit. And it basically gets stuck like under our muscle in between 2 bones, so like a little tunnel. You end up in horrible pain. Eventually you get numbness, you start getting like stiffness. Sometimes you can't move your hands. Like a lot of stuff happens. And for me, it started happening even more and a lot worse. So my doctor basically recommended it's time to get surgery. Today is August 14th. I just scheduled my surgery today and I just spoke with the HR rep from my job to be able to get some medical leave. My surgery is on a Tuesday. I'm gonna have the rest of that week off. I should be getting my left hand done in November. So for now, we're working with one hand. We're gonna get this done and see what recovery's like. I didn't think I was actually gonna make a video about this yet, but we're here, guys. It's a little less than a month away. At the time, thankfully, my job was offering family medical leave. I was able to use that both times and was able to get like a full week of paid time off for my surgeries. It was just tricky because I had to fill out papers. My doctor had to fill out papers. We had to send them to the people and it had to be done a month in advance. And at that time, I had scheduled the surgery for the beginning of September and it was already mid-August, so I was like rushed to get it all done. So the tricky part is I have to figure out if my medical leave was approved. I should find out by Monday, next Monday. Don't die. Because I knew I was gonna be super limited after the surgery, I decided to try to do a bunch of things around the city, whether it be just going to coffee shops, going to the farmer's market, just all these things that I wanted to do that I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do much of after the surgery. Because there's a lot of things about recovery that people do not tell you about, okay? The hardest part is living in Texas and being told, don't fucking sweat. I was not allowed to sweat in September in Texas. It was easier in November because it was already kind of chilly, but in September, I had to keep that shit like on the fucking, no, because it was my right hand. I had to keep it on the shit on the AC all the time because it was that fucking hot. It was bad. There's a coffee shop here in the Bishop Arts District. I think it closes at midnight, so it's like a late night coffee shop, but there's never any parking, so we're going today. I'm like trying to calm my anxiety hardcore because it wants to play. I am getting carpal tunnel surgery tomorrow. I am a little nervous. I don't think I've ever officially made a video about my carpal tunnel. We have to go back to when I was around 11 or 12, or maybe even younger. I used to have a tumor on my right arm. As you can see, there's like this big ass scar. It was an osteochondroma, so it was a bone tumor. It was made out of bone, and it was benign, thankfully, but we were told that my main nerve was wrapped around this thing. So we had to get it removed to be able to be sure that I'm chill. Around the same time, I was getting horrible headache and dealing with a lot of issues like in my head physically. And we found out that my pituitary gland, we had to do like a whole bunch of studies and shit. We find out that my pituitary gland is swollen and is basically releasing hormones very haywire. Some of the side effects to this were that I remained short. I'm currently 4'11 and 3/4. Never grew. Technically, I was supposed to be at least 5'1", 5'2", according to my doctor. Stunted my growth. It caused a lot of different issues with my hormones. It's one of the reasons why I have to take birth control. If not, my periods feel like I'm giving birth, according to my gynecologist. Pituitary gland did a bunch of things. One of those things that we later found out is that I got carpal tunnel on both hands. I was diagnosed at the age of 19, which is very young considering that carpal tunnel is supposed to be that you use your hands so much you develop it. So at the time they're like, we don't know what's causing this, but we also don't know how fast it's gonna progress and how soon you may need like injections or surgeries or stuff like that. We found out that the answer is 6 years. I eventually started having a lot of pain back in 2021 when I had moved back to my mother's house, and I was having a lot of depression and anxiety. Like I was in a rut. My hands would cramp up a lot. I couldn't move them. Went to the doctor and they were like, your carpal tunnel still looks pretty much the same. It's just that you definitely are feeling it more because it's linked to your depression and your anxiety. Started to feel better depression wise, and started to feel better too. About a year later in 2022, around July of 2022, I finally went to a doctor for bones and shit because I had broken my toe. If y'all remember, I broke my toe. I went ahead and told him like, hey, I have carpal tunnel and it's been hurting, so I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, we can start treating with steroid shots so we can see like 1, so we can get a definitive diagnosis. 2, so we can kind of give you some type of pain relief. And it worked great for a while. I could use my hands all the time. Like I would still get cramps here and there, but nothing to the point where I would be like, I can't use it. Until this year, until like the last few months. My right thumb started feeling like a tingling sensation around the main joint. It got to the point where I couldn't really feel like my fingertip. Like I can't feel a lot of sensation on there. Like if I touch something cold, I don't feel it. That was the weirdest one to experience. Like that was the weirdest one to acknowledge that that was happening. Because like I'll be holding something cold and like you expect to feel it on your fingertip. There's like little to no sensation on some of it. A lot of things started happening with my hand. My thumbs would get stuck, and since I work with a mouse all day, it's about time. So tomorrow we're getting surgery. We are going to open me up apparently like somewhere around here. I'm gonna be awake for all of this. I am trying to calm my anxiety, so I'm just babbling. So if it looks weird, edit it together, deal with it, okay? I'm going through something. My mom's coming in tomorrow morning. I'm picking her up tomorrow at the bus station before surgery. The surgery is at 11 a.m. We're leaving my place at around 9 a.m. because I need to stop at the pharmacy to go pick up my medication before I get to the doctor. Because when we come back, who knows if I'm gonna be able to drive with one hand. Because another thing that happens is that my hands cramp up sometimes when I drive. This one is gonna be fully incapacitated, so I won't be able to write. I'm already like planning on typing stuff. Like I'm preparing, but I'm also like freaking out internally. But let's see how this all goes, okay? I got carpal tunnel surgery on my right hand. It's day 3 post-op. I was awake the whole time. It was just local anesthetic, just right here. They opened me like right here, and they just like go in. I think they use like a tiny little, I don't know, they use like some type of tool to like cut the muscle that's laid over the carpal nerve. So when they cut it, the nerve, when it swells up, because it's always going to be swelling up, that's just a given, but that way when it does swell up, it won't be compressed inside of a tiny cave or inside of a tiny tunnel. Finally got the surgery on my right hand. So far I can move my fingers, I can use all my fingers, I can touch all my fingertips. Still dealing a little bit of struggle with this one, but that's mainly because of the casing. I can't really curl my hand so much because it has the stitches. It just has a tiny line, but it's still tender. It's a little swollen compared to my other hand, just a tiny bit swollen. We're just dealing with that. I go back to work on Monday, then I have a follow-up the following Monday. For the first 2 days, I was not allowed to do anything. Like, I couldn't drive, I couldn't cook, couldn't do shit. So my mom, she came down here to help me out. I love my mother. She's a clean freak sometimes, especially with me, because I suck at cleaning. I'm very much the person that I'll start cleaning something and then I'll get interested in something else and I'll start cleaning that, and then I'll do something else and I'll start cleaning that, and everything just looks halfway done because I never finish. One thing that I suck at cleaning is my dishes, because my hands would cramp up from the water. It takes forever for me to wash dishes. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna wash all your dishes. And she did. She washed all of my dishes. We're gonna do a slightly messy tour. My art desk is in my bedroom. I put all of my stuffed animals over there. And then I have some art on the walls. I have clothes stuff and a drying rack because sometimes I wash my clothes here at home. Other clothes cabinet stuff is down here. No one's looking into my closet. I have my work stuff over here. This is where I used to put the camera. This ottoman has finally been cleaned out and moved over here. This is usually what would be behind me in videos. That looks weird now, but it'll make sense later. This is where those desks used to be, and now there's nothing. My mom bought me a sofa, okay? I'm going to get a sofa here, and she also went ahead and bought me the shelf that I needed for all of my books so that I could finally get them out of her house, because she was like, just have books and boxes. We put all of my shoes here at the entrance so that it's easy for me to just boop, boop. We moved my shelf over here and I kind of organized it. The room's looking better. I can finally show y'all my kitchen. This used to be filled with dishes. Bless her soul for helping me. She also just started cleaning everything. Like, she set me up for success. So it's been over a week post-op. Still have this thing going. Hurts. I'm breaking out from stress and not being able to like accurately wash my face. This morning I threw up. I have a doctor's appointment to follow up with that tomorrow, and just tired, man. Like, my arm hurts. Both arms hurt right now because the other arm's tired. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So I have a doctor's appointment today at 11:30 to go and check my gastrointestinal jam so that we can see what the fuck's going on there. Hopefully we can finally get off medication. We'll find out. Mom bought me a couch and it arrived today, but I only paid for delivery and not white glove delivery, so I have to screw it back in. So I had to go to Walmart and buy a thingy because I don't have a wrench or a fucking drill or whatever the fuck, so I'm trying to build it, but there's a lot of shit I need to do for work. I wanted to film myself putting it together because I ended up having to go to Walmart to buy a wrench, pliers, I guess. I don't know the English name. Pinzas. But I ended up buying some because I didn't have anything to put them on, and they were the screws that are like all complete. But I have a couch now. I've been wanting a couch for the longest time, but I didn't have money for it, and my mom was like, you need a couch. So she bought me a couch, and I was like, you love me. I have a couch. This is my attempt at makeup with press-on nails and a disabled hand. So I'm driving to my doctor's appointment to get this removed. We'll see how it feels. I've heard that getting stitches removed hurts like a bitch. I've had surgery before, but last time they used, for my arm, it was dissolving stitches, and for my stomach, it was glue. We're gonna see how it feels to get stitches pulled out of my hand. My brother says like you can actually feel the tugging, so let's see. You can tell my skin's getting bad from not washing my face the way I want to. Editor's note, it hurt like a bitch. I'm at the farmer's market post-op. Looks gnarly, but I forgot my earphones, so we're gonna raw dog the farmer's market again and see what level of anxiety we get to, or if we get some at all. Hello everyone, my name is Lizzie. I can't clap, and that kind of left my brain. So it's currently Tuesday, November 20-something at like 1 a.m. and I'm supposed to be getting surgery on Wednesday. I literally just got over COVID recently, so I still sound a little stuffy, but that's because it's cold as fuck outside. Like, I literally just took another COVID test to be sure that it's negative, but I'm like, one more surgery down, then we should be good for the rest of the year. We are now, I believe, 3 months post-op from the second surgery. So far, I'll admit, we gotta love my surgeon because the way that he hid these scars is so beautiful. Like, you can tell if you're truly paying attention, but from far away, I think this one's just a little more noticeable because it's not directly on the line, but they're pretty, like, you can only see them if I do the Kamehameha. You see what I mean? It does its perfect little shootout. I was truly terrified that I was gonna lose my hands, but thankfully, they're still useful. I have to give myself hand massages every now and then, but it is what it is. It's better than dealing with the pain 24/7. Yes, I got 2 surgeries done in 6 fucking months. It was horrendous. It was beautiful. It was a lot. My mother thankfully came to help me for both of the weeks that I was off. Her and my niece came the second time to be able, that's why I wasn't able to record as much, because I don't like recording my niece. She's very young. I don't want to put her on the internet. Getting your strength back in your hands is a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. Okay, it takes a lot, and it's weird because you don't know how to only work out your hands. You work out more of your wrist, but it's actually getting the strength back in your actual hands, because even just pushing stuff, carrying stuff was so weird. The difference in the symptoms is more like I'll have more pain in my arms rather than my hands when it comes to the carpal tunnel. If it's pain in my hands, it's more surgical scar issues of me not massaging enough. 25 years old was the age I needed to get my carpal tunnel surgeries. Don't ignore your symptoms, because I promise you they'll just keep getting worse. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've had any weird medical situations that you needed. As we can see, that streak is still going. This is the 2024 is the year that we're hoping will break the 7-year streak of always ending up in the hospital one way or another. Hopefully this year we break the streak. So comment down below any weird medical situation you've ever been in, or what's the weirdest thing that's ever landed you in the ER. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.